Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got another Prince reaction. Thank you so much, JJ, for sponsoring this one. I think, looking at the screen, it is, I think, in Swedish or in Norwegian or something, but it's definitely not German because of the well, no, but it says Nabioil Gitarski Solo. I don't know. I tried, but this is an Live in Montreux Jazz Festival 2009 Prince playing Empty Room. So I'm sure this is JJ showing me another amazing solo. Like I said last time, I was just blown away by how Prince just was pushing, you know, the boundaries of his guitar playing, you know, more and more, and it's just fantastic. What a great player. Just everything. I've said it so much in every Prince video. I'm always like blown away by the talent this man had, and the charisma and everything, you know, the way he works the crowds. I'm not even talking about singing, dancing, all the other instrument he plays. It's just phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've seen a lot of Prince and you want to see my reaction. I'm sure I'm going to be blown away. I just know. But let's, I do have it loaded up here, the video. So is there anything else? Let me see if there's anything other, some other information. Actually, JJ just wrote to me here, Prince Empty Room at the Montreux Jazz Festival in 2009. That's it, and the link. Thank you so much again, also just, you know, for sending the link. That makes my life easier. And yeah, I have it right here pulled up. Let's see how big we can pull it up here. Let's see. And yeah, that should be fine. And let's get into it again. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video. You know, for your likes, of course, are very important. Subscribe to the channel if you can, you know, if you like our reactions. We just did an amazing reaction to Comfortably Numb. Also an amazing guitar solo by David Gilmour. I mean, those two guys, I mean, Prince, Gilmour, Mark Knopfler, Jeff Beck. I mean, they're so, when it comes to tone and feel, you know, I do love fast players, of course, as well. But when it comes to slower players, and I'm not saying those people that I've mentioned can't play fast, just sometimes it's not necessary to play fast. I mean, you can do it, but, you know, sometimes the song doesn't require the drama. Because I learned when you play fast, it's a way to dramatize the playing from one note to the other. You can move very fast with a scale, you know, and it makes it dramatic. It gives it character. But some people don't even need to do that. You know, they can just play slow and with a lot of feel and beautiful bends. Yeah, there's so many things you can do to express yourself on the guitar. So many things. You can mute the strings. You can pinch the string, you know, to get certain effect, you know, when you pinch and you get a harmonic, and you can tap, you can, I mean, there's so many things you can do to express yourself. That's what's so beautiful about guitar playing, the expression, you know, the way you can be so versatile, the dynamics of your playing, you know. And that's why I love Prince's approach. And he also, the faces, like when I see Steve, I was thinking of Steve when I see Prince's faces, and now I know that Steve Vai was very, very influenced and inspired by Prince. So maybe, you know, because Steve Vai is, you know, famous for making faces when he plays, so they're very, very similar to the faces that Prince does. So again, let's check it out. Let's check out longest intro ever. I know, I like to talk, but here's the song. So it's Empty Room by Prince. Here we go. Thank you again so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the video. Again, here we go. Let's close this and let's go.
my bed, in my head, every word you've spoken. How am I gonna feel? Am I gonna feel the same too? Tell me, tell me.
Crybaby.
Lonely hearts, worlds apart. Why then should they be broken? We could be somewhere making love. Love is strong, however long. We should have been forever. Why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me all alone? Why'd you do it? Barren walls, tears fall. Words for you crying. I've gotta find a way to feel this empty.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. I have so many questions. All right. So I love that. I love the way he expressed himself through the whammy bar. I myself, I like literally like I remember a time where I never used the whammy bar. But the thing is, the whammy bar, it depends on your guitar. If you have a locked bridge, then it's pretty hard. It depends if you have just a normal bridge, like a whammy, yeah, a normal whammy bar. Then when you play and you use it, if you really don't know, like if you're a beginner and then the tuning, the way you set up the strings, it could cause the way, if you use that bar, you could pretty much, the guitar would be out of tune, right? And it also can happen with bends, but then in time you learn how to put the strings on accordingly. And then there's people that they don't need a Floyd Rose. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what he was using. I think he was using a Floyd Rose. It looked like a Charvel to me. It is a bit blurry. I have a Charvel. Like all these guitars that you see, except that green one, that's Alexia's, that doesn't have a lock up there. And it doesn't have a whammy bar either. So you can't really do all these maneuvers. And then this one here, the Stratocaster, that is a normal bridge. It doesn't have a Floyd Rose. And I always had guitars like that where I would be out of tune if I would do something. So I wouldn't even do it. Now every time I play, it's such a great tool to express the notes, because you can bend here, but you can also bend here, and you can also do all sorts of things. You just give it more character. There's more dynamics with a Floyd Rose or whammy bar. There are some players who don't use that at all. You know, there's people like I think Jimmy Page doesn't use, because he uses Les Paul. There's some other players, but there's players who really use it a lot, like Jeff Beck, Alan Holdsworth, a lot. Steve Vai, he even does the whole, like he plays it, 360, he moves that bar. So it really depends on your style as well. It's obviously more common in like heavy metal guitar solos with dive bombs. Van Halen used to do that a lot, use the Floyd Rose or the whammy bar. But yeah, so I loved how he was using it, the effects he was creating with that, and there was a lot of distortion, and I love his faces. I just love how he's so expressive. Now, what I have a question here, and that's, I guess, I could look it up, but it's more fun when I hear it from you guys in the comment section. Honestly, it is. Why was he licking his hands? Was that something that he does? I don't know what purpose it would provide for guitar playing. Like I used to do when I was younger, I would put on, I would oil up my fretboard, with the oil for the wood, and obviously the strings would be, but it doesn't help. It doesn't make you faster. It doesn't make you, it's all make believe, even if you scallop your guitar, it's actually harder to play fast. Like Yngwie Malmsteen, like for example, he has a scalloped guitar. And I was like, I thought it was a good idea to scallop my guitar or let it I tried it with one fret and it took me like a week. So I had it done, and it was actually a lot harder to play fast. So it's, it's for the vibrato actually. So I tried all sorts of things on my hands, and people use butter and nothing works. You can only play faster if you practice more, if you dedicate more time to your right hand, to your left hand, put them in sync, and the way you pick. If you pick alternate, if you do hybrid picking, if you play legato, all these things, make you quicker or more precise and stuff like that. So I would love to know why he was licking his hands. I don't think it has anything to do with his playing, but you let me know. Also, I love that he threw away the pick and then he was just playing with his fingers. And now the last thing I wanted to ask you, because you can't really see it. It's a little bit blurry. When he threw up the guitar in the air, did one of his tech guy catch it, or did it hit the floor? Because I didn't see anyone catch it. It was just too blurry. So let me know what happened. But this is amazing. I love the performance. I love just everything. Like I've really months ago now, since I've been doing like Prince reactions, I've been really falling in love with just the personality he has, the musicianship, the passion that's behind this man's eyes, and just like the body language. It's just so much about the music. That's it. It's all about the music. There is artists that where I don't feel that. Of course they're musicians and they're successful, but it's like, I don't know, with Prince there's a very, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, what I want to say. I just know that he's super passionate about what he does, and he puts on the work, and that's all I know. And I just did yesterday when I did the Quincy Jones reaction, because unfortunately he did pass away, and I talked a little bit about Michael, and unfortunately, the comparison they do about Michael Jackson and Prince, they're so different. They couldn't be different. But what they do have together is they're dedicated to the max. They put in the work, they put in the hours, they're perfectionists. That is the only thing where I can compare them with, because musically, it's completely a different universes, these two people. That's why I think unfortunately they never worked together. We're just too different musically, and I guess also too big. It's like, you know, the typical, you know, 1980, you know, there was what's a good example, like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, and they're friends and they admire each other, but they can't work together because that would be like, they has to be that there has to be a competition going on, unfortunately, you know, because I would have killed to see Stallone and Schwarzenegger young in a movie together. Of course they eventually did it, but you know, it was already a little bit later in their a lot later in their careers. But yeah, I mean, Prince, man, that's always gonna be one an artist that I'm unfortunately never gonna be able to see live. I know there is, you know, cover acts and stuff like that, but with Prince, I mean, there's cover acts of Pink Floyd and they nail it. There's cover acts of Genesis, Rush, Steely Dan, and I guess, you know, it's possible. But Prince is one. It's a one-man show, and everybody, of course, everybody who helps him, you know, finish or perform something as a live show they're amazing. But I mean, you need the original man. You need Prince on that stage, otherwise it's not the real thing. You know, I think that's just the way I see things. And I could say it the same with David Bowie, people that are larger than life, you know. So with a band, I guess it's a bit easier to get that feel. But Prince, I love at the beginning when he was singing in that higher pitched voice, and then he changed like an octave lower. Beautiful. The whole thing, it's 5 minutes of just pure genius. And I'm always gonna say Prince is just like, was on a different level. Thank you again so much, JJ, for making it possible, so I do these amazing Prince reactions. Thank you for gifting the channel these videos, and through your requests. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thanks everyone for the comments you leave, her, the comments you leave me, and just the good vibes that are in the comment section when there's a Prince video. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.